a day after the killings and the funerals begin. The coffin of 13-year-old Tsai Ing-wen, draped in the flag of the National League for Democracy, or NLD, on Sunday. Although there were no protests where he lived in Yangon, the security forces still opened fire on people. As Buddhist monks led the funeral rites, friends and family expressed their grief. "Why are you leaving me behind?" cries his mother, inconsolable. "Can't you hear me?" she says. "How can I live without you, my son?" And the protesters continue to march. Here in the city of Dawei in southern Myanmar, people took to the streets with the now familiar chants for the military to step down. And there's no doubt now about the reception that awaits them. The security services fired with no restraint on Saturday. Rubber bullets and live rounds from automatic rifles. The pretense of protecting life and liberty has been stripped away. And despite condemnation from around the globe, little to make Myanmar's military pause.
There are a variety of steps that the world can take, but they need to take these steps. And all the condemnation in the world is not going to matter very much to the people of Myanmar if they can't see the world standing up and acting for them, as well as speaking out on behalf of them.
Attitudes are hardening among the protesters too. In Mandalay, they took air rifles to the barricades on Saturday, hardly a match for the weapons of war they face. But now they know this is a fight to the death. And more destruction after a fire raged in Naypyidaw township overnight. People living there, but kept away by security forces, returned to find 60 homes burned to the ground. Now all they can do is pick through the ashes, trying to save anything from the military's policy of scorched earth. Tony Cheng, Al Jazeera.
Cha Win is the executive director of Burma Human Rights Network, and he says imposing sanctions and an arms embargo will be effective in Myanmar because it will take the wealth from the military.
Regarding the military, we welcome that the UK and US has now, targeting their economic interests, their conglomerates, and this is also affecting and significantly on their inside their circle. And we are asking international community for arms embargo. And you see that yesterday also frequently we have seen that the military is using air power to bomb the civilian villages in towns and in ethnic control area. So we are asking for no-fly zone to impose in those areas, because UN must prove that UN is alive, UN is functioning. In US, UN has a capability to protect the civilian. When you combine with the action like arms embargo, no-fly zone, economic sanctions, these are going to affect, and this will be, bring down that ruthless regime, because you see that this military regime is not as strong as we have seen in the past in other part of the world, that the dictators. Of course, China and Russia is backing them, but China and Russia will not risk for them everything. It's because China has a lot of interest in Burma, which will not be secured by supporting the military. The main aim of the controlling power is to obtaining wealth, to controlling power. That's the main goal for them. Once their wealth is going taken away from them and they are not achieving their goals, then this is a very effective move.